Let's face it, folks, politics is a contact sport. We've got two teams, the left and the right, battling it out on the field of ideas. It's a clash of titans, a war of words, and frankly, it's exhausting. But beneath the shouting matches and Twitter wars lies a fundamental difference in how we see the world. It's about our values, our beliefs, and what we think makes a just and prosperous society. On one side, we have the left, waving the banner of progress and equality. On the other, the right, fiercely defending tradition and individual freedom. It's a tale as old as time, this struggle between change and stability, between the collective and the individual. And trust me, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. The left, those champions of change, they're all about pushing society forward. They see the flaws, the injustices, and say, we can do better. They're the ones fighting for social justice, for the little guy, for a fairer slice of the pie for everyone. Equality is their jam. They believe in equal opportunities, equal rights, and a safety net to catch those who stumble. They see government as a force for good, a way to level the playing field and ensure everyone has a fair shot. Think universal healthcare, free education, and a helping hand for the less fortunate. These are the hallmarks of a left-leaning society, one that prioritizes the well-being of all its citizens. But their idealism can sometimes be their downfall. Critics argue that their grand plans often come with a hefty price tag and can lead to government overreach. Now let's talk about the right. These folks, they're all about tradition, individual liberty, and keeping the government out of their business. They believe in personal responsibility, hard work, and the power of the free market. They're wary of big government, seeing it as inefficient and prone to meddling. They believe in lower taxes, less regulation, and letting individuals chart their own course. They value family, faith, and patriotism, and see these institutions as the bedrock of a strong society. To them, success is earned, not given. They believe in rewarding hard work and initiative, not punishing success through excessive taxation or wealth redistribution. But their critics argue that their focus on individual liberty can sometimes come at the expense of the common good, leading to inequality and social divisions. Nowhere is the clash between left and right more evident than in the arena of social policy. Issues like abortion, LGBTQ+ rights, and gun control become lightning rods for ideological warfare. The left, with its emphasis on social justice and individual autonomy, tends to support progressive policies like abortion rights and same-sex marriage. They see these issues as fundamental human rights and advocate for greater inclusion and acceptance of marginalized communities. The right, on the other hand, often takes a more traditional stance, rooted in religious values and a belief in the sanctity of life and traditional family structures. They may oppose abortion and same-sex marriage, arguing for the protection of unborn children and the preservation of traditional marriage. The gun control debate is another flashpoint, with the left advocating for stricter gun control measures to reduce gun violence, while the right emphasizes the Second Amendment right to bear arms and often opposes stricter gun control laws. These are just a few examples of how deeply held beliefs shape our political landscape and fuel passionate debates on social issues. Section 5. Economic policy, clashes over wealth and opportunity. The economy is another battleground where left and right lock horns. At the heart of the debate lies the question of how to create a prosperous society while ensuring fairness and opportunity for all.
The left often favors a larger role for government in regulating the economy and redistributing wealth. We support progressive taxation, where the wealthy pay a higher percentage of their income in taxes to fund social programs and reduce income inequality. We advocate for a strong social safety net, including programs like unemployment insurance and food stamps, to help those in need.
The right, on the other hand, generally favors free market principles and limited government intervention in the economy. We believe that lower taxes and deregulation stimulate economic growth, which benefits everyone. We argue that excessive government intervention stifles innovation and entrepreneurship.
And so the debate continues, with each side firmly believing in their vision for a prosperous and fair society. Section 6. Passionate politics, when ideologies collide. Look, there's no denying it. Political debates can get heated, and when ideologies clash, things can get downright ugly. We're talking shouting matches on cable news, Twitter wars that would make Shakespeare blush, and families divided over Thanksgiving dinner. Why all the fuss? Because these aren't just abstract ideas we're debating, they're about our values, our vision for the future, and how we believe society should function. When your core beliefs are challenged, it's natural to get fired up. But sometimes that passion can boil over into anger, resentment, and even hatred. And that's when things get dangerous. Section 7. The dangers of division, polarization, and gridlock. This ideological divide, this chasm between left and right, it's not just a spectator sport, it has real-world consequences. We're talking political polarization, where each side retreats further into its own echo chamber, demonizing the other and refusing to even listen to opposing viewpoints. This polarization leads to gridlock, where our elected officials can't agree on anything, let alone pass meaningful legislation to address the challenges facing our nation. And when our leaders are too busy fighting each other to actually govern, guess who loses out? That's right, the American people. Section 8. Bridging the gap, the importance of dialogue. So, what's the answer? How do we bridge this ideological divide and find common ground? Well, it's not going to be easy, folks. It requires a willingness to listen, to empathize, and to understand where the other side is coming from. It means engaging in respectful dialogue, even when we disagree vehemently. It means recognizing that the other side isn't the enemy, but rather fellow citizens who also want what's best for our country, even if we have different ideas about how to get there. It's about finding common ground on issues where we can agree and working together to find solutions that benefit everyone. Section 9. Conclusion: finding unity in a divided world. Look, we're never going to agree on everything. That's just the nature of the beast. But we can disagree without being disagreeable. We can be passionate about our beliefs without resorting to personal attacks or demonizing those who hold different views. The future of our nation depends on our ability to find unity amidst our diversity, to bridge the ideological divide, and work together to address the challenges we face. It's not going to be easy, but it's essential for the well-being of our nation and the preservation of our democracy. So let's raise a glass to respectful dialogue, to finding common ground, and to building a more united and prosperous future for all.